I was serving in Kano. My people wanted to faint because that's when Boko Haram started. Before I knew what was happening, I was in Kano. People from Benue were networking my ZI to relocate me. See, connection. They put pressure on me until there was nothing I could do. I succumbed. They interacted with the ZI. They knew him. He was a relative of my uncle. And eventually, they worked my redeployment. So I redeployed to Warri after 4 months of service. I was in Warri, and they said when I came, there was a problem. Because they just mobilized a batch of coppers to their PPA, and everywhere is choked. Meanwhile, that my uncle they used to ship me to Warri, he has a friend that is also a ZI. So what the plan was, either they send me to PTI or they send me to FUPRI, Federal University of Petroleum Resources. They wanted me to go to where oil is only. I trekked in Warri until my shoe tore round. And I'm not exaggerating. Not one accepted me, not one. Everywhere was choked because these are sensitive regions. My shoe, this is a boot. It tore round. I sat down the other time, I looked at myself and I said, Kai, you have suffered. Trekked in a strange land. My shoe tore round. And so one of the weeks when I was frustrated, a brother now called me and told me to go to a fellowship. That they will accommodate me there at least until December so I could go home and come back and continue the hustle. I went there graciously. They accepted me, took me in, and I was there for 2 weeks. And I was a leader in church. So when I went there, I had to pioneer a new cell immediately because that one, you have to pioneer the new cell in a Furum barracks, and we started doing what we were doing. So one Sunday, I came back. As I came back, they went to church, so the door was locked. Because the way it was in Warri, it was very volatile. In fact, the first time I came to Warri, I sat on a bike. They were supposed to take me to a junction that was like 2 minutes away. The bike man now took me, went and turned round. After he moved, he came back to almost where I left. And then before I said before I coughed, they said money was 250. 250 over 12 years ago. As I wanted to talk, he started shouting. I said, "Okay, why are you shouting?" He said, "He told me." You told me? Before I knew what was happening, people around were looking at me. I was a stranger there. I didn't know. They said, "Just pay him, just pay." Do you know what I have in the pocket? Pay waiting. I had to empty myself and give almost the last cash I had to this man in tears. And I was also coming to join the fellowship people, so I didn't want them to see me as a troublemaker. So I was molested into releasing the money. So that was the situation. On this faithful Sunday, I came back. They went to church. I sat down, and the Holy Ghost told me, "Go and win souls." I said, with this hunger, I should even eat something. Say, "Go and win souls." He said, "Go and win souls." So I stood up. I began to move around. I saw some people, some bricklayers. They were walking. I started talking to them. When I was done winning souls, I was so tired. I went and sat under a palm bridge. Frustrated. A brother now called me, who knew me from secondary school. How he got my number, I don't know. We've not spoken for at least 7 years. I picked the call. Who is this? He introduced himself. I said, "How is he doing?" I almost ended the call because I was tired. I said, "My brother, see. Where?" He said, "Where are you? Where are you?" I said, "I'm in Warri." He said, he's also in Warri." Wait. Where in Warri? He said, "He's in a Furum barracks." What? You are in a Furum barracks? What are you doing there? He said, "He's the CLO of coppers." Wait, I'm coming. You are CL what? That was how I got into the barracks. The next day, this guy spoke to the LI there. They wrote to the headquarters. asked for me. They posted me to the barracks. When I came to the barracks, they said, Kai, you will teach chemistry, but SS3 are already writing WAEC. So you have to take SS1. But this SS1, there are many people, so you will teach once a week. That was when I started enjoying service. I will teach once a week. That means I have 4 days to rest. Thank you. As if that was not enough. A brother was packing out from the sergeant quarters, which is a room and parlor. He now said, I should take over the room. I should take over. Okay, thank you so much. As he wanted to leave, he now told me he can't pack his luggages. If I have any little thing, I should give him and take over. So I took over the room plus the luggages. I became a king. Some of the deadliest encounters I had were in that room, because I went out of the house sometimes twice a week. If I go out on Monday to teach and come back, the next time I will go out will be on Saturday for cell meeting. I was locked in my room. It was that season God told me to remove my SIM card. My SIM card will be on the shelf for 3 months. I was just listening to messages and speaking in tongues. I covered everywhere with a black curtain. You won't know when it's day or night. Those were the days when angels came to me. Came to me graphically. And, because I went to win souls. But when you tell people who can't get it, they think it's a waste of time. This is why we teach mysteries. Our advantage are locked in mysteries.
You are